Cheers to sub-3 marathon.
Boom! There we go! That was gutsy. That was gutsy. Hey, but we're not going to call it fun, but it was gutsy.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that hurt.
Well,
That wind in those hills, man.
Mother Nature didn't cooperate.
All right, guys. That was an honest course. There were like 2 3-mile stretches that was very hilly. It was super windy today. I'm sure you can see from the clips that the guys got. The wind was insane. So it was a challenge. It was tough, but we did it. Sub-3. We'll go over some of the splits in a little bit, but sub-3, baby. 2:56. So right now we are back at the ranch house where we first started this morning. We had lunch for everyone. We're wrapping up the race, getting cleaned up, celebrated Trey's 30th birthday here. And I have to say a massive thank you to a few groups of people that helped put this whole thing together. This race was a massive success, and it was a great event. For one, the BPN staff and team who helped logistically plan and execute this race. The coaches, Jeff Cunningham, my coach Natasha and her husband Steve, who worked so hard to make this happen. And then the volunteers, the spouses, the boyfriends, girlfriends, fiancés, the volunteers. There were so many people that worked to bring this and put this together for the runners, for the purpose of having a race when all these races are getting canceled. And it was a really big success for me because I set the goal of running a sub-3 hour marathon over a year ago. I failed and now have succeeded. So you guys know a few days ago, I wrote my shoes, my Nike Vaporflies that I raced in. The date, January 30th, 2021. And then I put a 2 and a colon. Manifesting and putting it into the universe that I'm gonna run a 2 something. And I ended up running a 2:56. 27. 2 hours, 56 minutes, 27 seconds. That was my sub-3 hour marathon. And just because this goal is accomplished doesn't mean we stop. Ironman Texas, baby. April 24th, 2021. So we'll take like an easy week after this marathon, rest up, and jump in some big blocks of training leading into Ironman Texas, do the sub-10 hour Ironman. So we'll see you guys next week. The journey continues. So right now, we are 10 days post-marathon. And so this morning is a 1 hour, 20-minute endurance ride, directly into a 4-mile run. And this evening I have a swim. So there's some big changes, now that the marathon's over and we're back in Ironman prep. The intent and the goal is to complete a sub-10 hour Ironman. My last Ironman was 11 hours, 28 minutes. So we're trying to shave off an hour and a half plus, which I'm confident is doable and I will complete successfully. But some things change pretty dramatically now moving into the second half of Ironman prep after this marathon. One, we just need to maintain my run. So for the Ironman, I want to shoot for like a 3 hour and 10 minute to a 3 hour and 15 minute marathon. But what we're really focusing on now is building bike strength, bike endurance, and bike stamina, and improve my efficiency on the swim. So we're building fitness, mainly focusing on the bike and the swim, and my workouts will change a lot, where instead of waking up and running now, I'll wake up and swim. And then we'll have a lot longer rides. We'll start doing open water swims now. So instead of just being in the pool, we'll go to the lakes and the quarries around Central Texas here. And for the bikes, instead of just being on the trainer, we're gonna start going outside and just these longer rides. So like this Sunday, I have a 3.5 hour endurance ride, and we'll start just working on these longer rides at Ironman pace, getting comfortable, holding that power, maintaining that cadence, and monitoring heart rate throughout. So, the marathon's done. Sub 3 hour. That was knocked out. We had 10 days of rest and recovery, and today we're back at it full swing. Like I said, that last 10 days was fucking brutal, man. All I wanted to do was train. All I was doing last night was itching to get back into this prep. So I'd say I'm hungrier than ever. When the workouts get tough or I start to suffer a little bit, go to that dark place, that pain cave, I always try to pull myself back away from that thought that goes right here, like I said, between my ears, behind my eyes. Pull myself away from like the big picture perspective and realize suffering workouts is an opportunity that not everyone gets. And if you're there, you better be fucking grateful for it, because you build it. All right, so now we're off the bike. We're gonna go into this 4-mile run. It's pretty easy. I'll keep heart rate like below 140, but I'm thinking on this bike today, and there's like this structure pretty much in anything you do in life, especially fitness, and especially like apply to what I'm doing right now. There's a plan, there's a build, there's an execution, and there's a follow through. I'd say most people, if I had to throw out like ballpark numbers, 100% of people probably plan, at least concept this thing they want to do, and then I would say 80% build, 50% execute, 10% follow through. The follow through was like the last 10 days for me. It's like rest, recover, mentally, emotionally, physically get ready for this next structure, which is we're going back into a plan, we're going back into a build, we're gonna execute Ironman Texas, and then we'll follow through after that. And I'll find something to do to follow through for what I want to do next in life. Like it's a whole go one more mindset. It's a whole go one more mission and mentality. Is you don't plan this thing and then build into it and then execute and then just fall off, where most people do. And if you're doing that, and we apply it to like what Jeff says is we're building bricks. You're building this massive house over your lifetime, and you're laying these bricks and you're building these bricks. And at the end of your lifetime, you've built this empire, this massive house of all the fucking bricks that you've built. But so many people lay these bricks and they abandon the house that they've been building, whether that's 5 days, 10 days, 2 years, or 2 decades. They just abandon this house they built. I want to keep adding bricks onto this house that I'm building over my lifetime. So today's training session is some barbell squats. I'll do some walking barbell lunges, and then some probably stiff leg deadlifts, and then some core, some GHD sit-ups, and some hanging leg raises. Now, I would be lying if I said that I don't miss going super heavy, super hard, and very intense on leg day training sessions in the gym, that is. I miss it. I really do. But the focus right now is Ironman prep. And me coming in here and absolutely destroying my legs with weight training, resistance training, will just hurt some of my other workouts. It'll hurt some of my runs. It'll hurt some of my bike sessions, my key bike sessions, some of my swims. So like the intent of coming in here and hitting weights isn't to just destroy my legs. I have to be smart with it. So it's not going too heavy. It's maintaining proper form. It's using my belt. If you watch me squat when I'm using a belt, the intent of a belt is for protection of your back through bracing. So a lot of people just throw a belt on and ratchet it down. But the intent, if you see me squat, it's tight around my waist, but I'll brace. So I will create abdominal pressure to push against the belt to protect my back. So as I'm going into a squat, take a breath in, I'll go. I'll hold it and I'll create this abdominal pressure pushing against the belt to protect my back. So there's an intent and purpose behind it, but it all comes together. And on April 24th in Texas, for Ironman Texas, it'll all be worth it. But like I said, I do miss coming in here and absolutely destroying legs every once in a while.